comic books, movies, TV, and more. Nerds are everywhere. It's time to assemble!
It's Nerds United.
Hello, welcome, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. We're too early for Kwanzaa, so we'll save that for next week. And happy holidays, everybody. Welcome to Nerds United Live on YouTube and on Facebook. And this is our very special Christmas special. I'm your host, Greg Mahochko. And here he is, Mr. Claus himself, the co-host of the year, Mike Luther. Hello, Mike.
Well, hey, sir. How's it going?
Going well, go well. You know, I'm stepping a little out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
In this Christmas sweater that I bought a decade ago.
Okay.
And kind of sort of like haven't been able to fit into it. And I tried it on, and I don't know if you can see like so it's basically it's just been on a hanging on a hanger. And so I think it affected the but can I show it to you, Mike?
Yeah, of course.
It's called Gingerbread Nightmare or Ginger Nightmare, something like that.
Okay. Two different things, but sure.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Big old Santa hand coming down there. So
okay.
I thought, let's get in the mood. Let's get in the spirit of the season.
Of course.
So how are you, sir? How was your day?
My day was fine. My day was busy. I got up early. I had to run to Walmart. And when I say early, I mean early. You would have drove? I ran instead. Had to get some ingredients. I made some Oreo balls.
Nice.
Then I went and worked out. Put the thing together that we're gonna do later. And then I was at my friend's family's extended Christmas family reunion type of thing. It was just a bunch of people and all kind of sitting around and talking and stuff like that. So yeah, I wasn't sure what time because we went there at 12:30ish, maybe close to 1. Wasn't sure what time we were going to get back. I was telling you, but I ended up getting back obviously in time, and I was here probably a little after 8. So
okay.
Yeah, so it was good. It was busy though, very busy.
Right. Yeah. Sounds like a busy day. I woke up and I had was it yesterday morning? Yeah. Yesterday being Friday. That's how days work. Fred, who's in the comments, he'll appreciate that. Yesterday I'm sick. I've been dealing with just battling, the seasonal cold, head congestion, things like that. So after the 5 Heart podcast on Thursday, which I'd had a couple of beers, I'm like, I don't know if I should take 2 NyQuil, so I'll just take 1 NyQuil, little NyQuil, capsule or whatever. And I don't remember what time I went to bed. I went to bed relatively early for me for a post 5 Heart. It was 11:30, something like that.
Yeah.
And I just struggled to get out of bed yesterday morning. And the alarm had gone off and I hit snooze. The alarm would go off and I hit snooze. And so then I hear, the children, and Matthew runs into my room and I said, okay, buddy. Yeah. I said, I'll get up and I'll take you down. We'll get something to eat. And he says, no, stay with you. So he climbs up in the bed, gets under the cover, right next to me. I'm like, and I'm just kind of laying there. And he's just got his head right here. And I was like, yeah, we could probably do this for a few minutes.
Yep.
And so last night at bedtime, I said, Matthew, you want to, come and jump in Dad's bed and lay down with him for a few minutes in the morning tomorrow, meaning today? He said, yeah. So again, little sleep because of the congestion and whatnot. Yeah. And woke up a few times throughout the night, and I was just shy of 8 o'clock, I think, when the twins finally started stirring. And I let them out of the room. Not to say they're trapped in there, but I go get them. And Robert goes downstairs to food, And Matthew's already thinking, he's like, I'm going to this way.
Right.
I'm going to this room. And I said, Matthew, you still want to lay in bed with Dad? Uh-huh. And so we could get back in the bed. And, we're just laying there for like a minute. He says, okay, I'm going to go downstairs. I was like, that was not worth going back that direction. And so we kind of divided and conquered. Ashley took the twins to do some last minute shopping stuff. And I took Garrett. We finally got easy for me to say, got all of our Christmas cards in the mail today. And one package that the wonderful clerk or employee there at the USPS in Belleville, like, does it need to be there by Christmas? I was like, she's like, well, let me tell you the prices first. I said, okay. She said, if you have to have it there by Christmas, it'll be $30-something. I'm like, nah, it's good.
Yeah, no.
So it should arrive by at its destination, which by Friday, and it's gonna cost me $10. I'm like, that's fine. It's not anything that's fragile,
no.
Perishable, anything like that. It's just a little board game for a longtime friend of ours, who's a big like Charlie Brown and Snoopy fan and collector. So
yeah,
if I were on the ball, I would have gotten this board game out weeks ago when I bought it.
Here's the thing. Similar story. So for my sister's kids, I got them a gift card. I'll say that because I don't think they listen, but or maybe they do. I don't know. But anyway, you guys are getting a gift card. But here's the problem. I bought this gift card. I won't say where's that. Bought this gift card. I want to say it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. Like I said, been at my house because for whatever reason I was like, I'll bring it here first, and then I'll send it to them instead of going straight to them. And so today is still sitting here. So this is my fault.
Been there.
And I essentially had to, I messaged my sister today. I was like, yeah, it's mostly not going to get there until after Christmas, but you know what it is. So,
same as,
yeah.
So, and then, so Garrett and I ran a few other errands on Monday. It's his birthday. He'll be 9 on Monday. So I took him today to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Nice.
Which I think he kind of forgot about. And I played it pretty cool because there are a lot of movies in theaters right now that would be for kids, whether it's Mufasa or I think I told him at one point, he's like, what movie we're going to say? I'm like, oh, Moana 2. He's like, no, we're not. I said, I don't know if you don't remember this, but you wore out Moana like on Disney Plus back in the day. Like,
yeah.
He's like, I don't remember that. He also said, can we go to Sky Zone sometime? I said, you've been to Sky Zone. I don't remember that. I said, we used to take you to toddler time at Sky Zone. He's like, toddler? I don't remember that. That doesn't count. But we went and saw Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and he said it was really good. He really liked it. So
good. What did you think of it?
The parts that I was awake for seemed pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
It was I paid $10 to take a nap.
Well, I mean, hey, if it was a good nap, it might be worth it. Who knows?
But he's like, can we buy this and watch it at home? Or I think he said, would we have to pay to watch it at home? I said, well, we can't. I said, a couple months it'll be out in Paramount Plus. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that's when I'll watch it again.
Yeah, there you go.
It seemed good from the parts that I was conscious for.
Yeah. Hey, and he liked it, so that's what counts.
And we're having a birthday party for him tomorrow with a bunch of his classmates. So went and got some party favors and stuff for that. And I'll tell you, Party City, they are not a party if you're a Transformers fan. You're trying to find anything Transformers. There was no luck. So
yeah.
But we also I was like, what if we ran by Twilight Comics? Maybe they would have some Transformers stuff. Mm-hmm. They didn't.
Oh, okay.
At least not in bulk, not like you could get 15 of the same, kid size comic.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I didn't get stuff at Twilight Comics, Mike.
All right. So let's see what you get.
Shall we take a gander?
Yes, indeed.
By the way, what do you think about trying this little beard situation out?
Go for it, man. It's time to grow that winter beard out, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You're late. Start now.
Well, technically today's the first day of winter, right? So
You got to go before winter.
you got to have a beard before winter for it to be a winter beard.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. They got me. Oh, they saw me coming a mile away, man. I'm gonna save those for last because those are special titles, not like weird. So I'm looking there in the back of the new issues section, and they have like new issues and new graphic novels or new, trade paperbacks, I should say. And this is a character that I've always been really interested in, and a writer that I really appreciate his work. He did New 52 Flash, and for a long time. So the artist name is, or I'm sorry, the writer's name is Robert Venditti, and I picked up volume 1, I suppose, of Wesley Dodd's The Sandman.
Ooh, okay.
They had a couple of these collections, from like the Justice Society of America, so they had like right next to this one was, again, Dawn of DC. Was Jay Garrick, The Flash. So they're, I think, bringing in some of these more legacy characters and giving them maybe a modern audience. So I got that. I got Gargoyles Winter Special.
Okay.
Looks very snowy.
Wintry.
Wintry. I also got Gargoyles Quest number 5, which means I have to find number 4. It's around here somewhere. They are still out of the second printing of Superman, Absolute Superman number 1. Like I thought I was going to be able to sneak one in there.
Yeah.
No such luck. So I've got Superman number, Absolute Superman number 2. That doesn't quite.
I almost picked that one up.
Did you?
Almost did. I went to Heroic Adventures.
Okay.
They had Absolute Superman 1, but it was the Noir edition, so it was black and white. I'm like, I don't want that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I did get Absolute Wonder Woman 1 and 2.
Okay.
So again, I just got these 5 o'clock today, so obviously I haven't had a chance to read anything. And I also acquired Absolute Batman 2.
Nice.
And it's stuck under, this in number 3.
Nice. So, okay, getting them all.
I was just gonna say this desk is not that old.
Yeah.
It's only been here a couple months, but it's already full of crap. So I think that's a me problem.
That could be. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
And then as I was kind of looking at things, and Garrett was with me, so we're kind of just casually, and I saw a title I'd not seen before, and then I saw 3 of its mates right along next to it, and I asked Mark, there at Twilight Comics, West Illinois, Mark, how many issues are in this little run? It's a little mini series. He's like, I think 6 or maybe 4. I said, if it's 6, I'll just wait and grab the trade. And then he looks up, he's like, no, it's 4. And they're all there.
Okay.
So I went ahead and got, it's Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns.
I saw that too. Yes.
And so I got 1, 2, 3, and this was actually the one that, it's like Santa Claus painting toys. This is the one that caught my eye the most. And number 4. So
okay. Yeah.
The whole little mini run right there. What I don't have is time to read it, but I have it. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see if Santa's going to give me any free time this week. I doubt it. So that's what I have acquired. I got a few more pages in Injustice Volume 2.
Okay, good.
I shouldn't say a few more pages. Maybe like 2 issues.
Okay.
One was kind of a story inside of a story where it was Jim and Barbara Gordon. Barbara Gordon, who of course is Oracle, after the injury, the attack from Joker, which we don't need to rehash that. But they in the story, probably in canon, her mom, Jim Gordon's wife, Mrs. Gordon, got killed years back. So in this story, they're like, they see her, like Jim Gordon follows. He's like, that's my wife. Like, what the hell's going on? Or what she would look like, now after all these years. Ends up being Clayface. And Clayface is like, he's in bad shape, and he's like, please, I'm running from Superman's people. I need help. So they take him in. Spoiler alert. He was really a double agent, and a big fight ensues. But it's funny because they say, well, how can we keep? I think this is Harley Quinn who's in this Birds of Prey iteration. She's on the, depending on how you look at, it's kind of like Civil War. Depending on how you look at that injustice thing, she's on the side of the resistance, I should say.
Okay,
and she's like, she has the solution for keeping Clayface from acting up again, and they take his clay and they put it in jars and close it up, and she's like, see, closure. So like, you have a room full of jars of Clayface. So, but fun stuff there. Mike, what I really want to talk about are a couple of movies we've watched this week.
Okay. Before we do that, can I tell you what I got at Heroic Adventures?
I should probably, I meant to do that first. I apologize.
Okay. I mean, just to stay on, the right path. I only got one thing. Here's the thing. I only got one, surprisingly, but it's a big one. So this is one that I know we talked about it maybe in the last episode, one before that, I can't remember. But I had never gotten it. But I finally purchased 8 Billion Genies.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yes, and it's a thick boy, right there. Here's the thing with this, though.
Is that an omnibus? Is that the full run or what?
Full run, I would assume so. I hope so. Hope there's not more to it. I haven't read it at all yet. Here's the thing about this, though, and this isn't on Heroic Adventures. This is on whoever published this, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. I don't think they're the publishers, but the thing is, in the comic book store, this has it was wrapped.
Okay,
which I hate.
Right.
Because one of the biggest things about comic books is the inside. How does the artwork look?
Yeah,
and so I remember seeing this before there, and I was like,
Image Comics, by the way.
Image Comics, okay. Well, Image Comics, don't wrap your stuff up, okay? Comic books.
Don't be a fool. Unwrap your books.
Yeah. Now,
but it's a hardcover, right?
It is a hardcover, yes.
I think that's why.
Because it's a hardcover. What do you mean?
I think I see more hardcovers that are wrapped.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. I want to be able to look on the inside and make sure I like the artwork. And here's luckily it has decent artwork. So.
That's pretty sharp.
Yeah, it's good. And you know what? Maybe if I would have known what the artist was, it would have worked out. But still, first time, if you're going to a comic book shop, you don't know. Yeah. But anyway, so I haven't even read that yet. I'm still working on Doomsday Clock.
Okay.
And getting a little bit more ahead in that one. So
heading in the right direction.
Heading in the right direction.
Fred says, "Give a hoot, read a book."
Darn right.
I went ahead and cracked, for those of you who are watching, my holiday beer tonight, which is Shiner's Holiday Cheer.
Ooh, okay.
It's kind of a timeless classic.
Yeah. Does it taste like a holiday?
Tastes like the best holiday.
Okay.
Which is Christmas. It's ale brewed with peaches and pecans and with natural flavor and caramel color.
Okay. Where'd you get that at?
Oh, I just got this at Schnucks.
Schnucks, okay. By the way, speaking of beers, I've looked around for that cookie tin stuff. I don't even know if they have it around anymore.
And that was...
I had it last year.
I know O'Fallon Brewing?
Yes.
Okay.
So I looked at, obviously Walmart didn't have it. Was the Schnucks, Schnucks are super, I don't know what it is. They didn't have it.
Oh, this might be why.
What?
According to KSDK, O'Fallon Brewery closes due to bankruptcy.
Well, send that recipe to somebody else then, or those recipes, I should say, to somebody else.
St. Louis Craft Brewer is closed and is auctioning off its brewing equipment. O'Fallon Brewery, which operated out of a place in Maryland Heights, especially known for its pumpkin beer. I don't know about that. Quietly closed shop earlier this year after filing for bankruptcy in June last year, said the brewery's owner, president, and CEO. So
that could be then, yeah. Well, okay.
The auction of the brewery's equipment ran through October 23rd. We could have got in on this. Why didn't we do? Promising equipment for sale from a multi-million-dollar production brewery with can and bottling lines. So, well, that would explain it.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I also went to Friar Tuck's beverage thing in Edwardsville.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have any.
Edwardsville.
Yeah.
Got to find that story behind the story, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe somebody will, but who knows?
What is it? You ever go to Collinsville? Was it the Old Herald Brewery?
Never been there.
I think that's what we need to meet up there sometime for a little pub food and good brews.
Yeah.
So it's the old. We're getting into the weeds here a little bit, but it's the old newspaper.
Okay.
I don't know, say plant, but the factory, what the hell, printing place that when Collinsville had a newspaper. So good little beers, and they're all obviously kind of newspaper themed. So
they all taste like newspaper.
They all, I say, newspaper flavored.
They serve them in newspapers.
That'd be great.
Drink really fast.
Yeah. Well played, sir. Well played.
Thank you.
So we have each watched a different movie, and I am watching the movie that you recommended.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, you still haven't watched the movie that I've watched earlier this week.
No, I haven't. I haven't been able to. It's on my list. I have too many Christmas movies left on my list. I just have to power through now.
I understand. Well, do you want to start talking about the one that I watched or the one?
Yeah.
Okay. So this, I want to say first day of school, something like that, when Garrett had half day and ended up taking him to the movie for the afternoon, and they had a trailer for this, and I was like, I was already interested because it's a Christmas movie, and it has some of the biggest actors, biggest names in Hollywood right now, and it just looked fun. It looked a little different, and then I think when it came out, it was in theaters at the beginning of this month, maybe right around Thanksgiving. And it's like PG-13, so we didn't run to the theater to see it. And lo and behold, like a week or so back, it said, boom, now available on Prime Video at no additional cost. And I said, well, I know what I'm doing at some point this week. And so I did. And all that to say, I watched the action comedy Christmas movie, Red One.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check this one out for sure. I think I remember hearing that it was going to be streaming sooner than a lot of people would think. And from what I heard, they only put it out in theaters just to make a little bit of money.
Because I think it was an MGM Prime production.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they weren't necessarily concerned about.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're printing money over at Amazon. So, but the premise of the story is that you have J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, which, by the way, is pretty tremendous when he's out there. Remember when he got cast as Jim Gordon for and you saw those post-workout videos that he's just jacked. Now he's obviously there's some Hollywood trickeration. But he's throwing up some weights in this movie, with Dwayne Johnson here. But J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, you have The Rock as the head security personnel. There's Lucy Liu. She's, works security in maybe not more of I think they call it Mora mythological something agency. And Christopher Evans they know it's the Wolf. I can't remember. Jack, I think is his name. And he's the best tracker in the world, which it comes in handy because Santa Claus is kidnapped.
Okay.
And so, you know, their escapades go across the globe. It is a lot of fun. There's actually some mythological characters in there I had to look up because I was just not familiar with them. And sorry, there's like a bunch of stomping upstairs, so I didn't expect at 9:30 when someone's supposed to be asleep. But yeah, so it's a good popcorn muncher. It's just a lot of fun.
Like I said, I saw the trailers for it. Saw a couple clips of it. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. That'll be on the list though for sure.
Yeah, make that list and check it twice.
There you go.
And tell me about the one that, I mean, again, I know a little bit about because I'm halfway through, maybe give or take.
Okay, I won't spoil it then because
thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So I saw the trailer for it. I want to say on Netflix, obviously, and then as I was scrolling through TikTok, I keep seeing clips of it. So I was like, I'm just gonna watch this.
Yeah,
you know. So it's a Carry On, and I'm starring Taron Egerton, Sophia Carson. Apparently, don't know who that is. Daniel Deadwyler, don't know who that is either. But Jason Bateman.
I would have to say, if I had to guess, Sophia Carson is Nora, the girlfriend.
Probably, yeah.
Danielle Deadwyler is the cop, the detective.
Probably, yeah. Good guess.
And
good guess.
Jason Bateman is Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman is Jason Bateman, but Jason Bateman as kind of like an evil Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have you. Well, how far are you? Have they? Well, yeah, I won't say anything. How far are you?
Okay, so I'll be as vague as possible.
Yeah.
The FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, has just ordered the random bag checks.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So I feel like maybe that's a little past halfway, or
yeah, for sure. Okay. For sure. So very brief, non-spoiler plot summary. I will say, essentially, Taron Egerton, he works for the TSA, and he is doing his scans or whatever with the baggage, and so there's a little earpiece that he finds, puts it in his ear, and Jason Bateman, and that's not a spoiler because it's right here. It basically starts talking to him and basically says, "Hey, all you have to do is you have to let one bag go through,
right?
And if not, I'm going to kill your wife or girlfriend. I can't remember, but
I think he says one bag for one life,
or something like that. So, and he knows all about stuff. You know, he knows he has a wife, and she's pregnant, and she works at this certain place, and so he knows about a bunch of stuff about her. So, yeah, it's a thriller. It's, like I said, just Jason Bateman being evil is like perfect, surprisingly. And here's the thing: I don't know if he's ever played evil person before. I know I've seen maybe one episode of Ozark, so I don't know if he becomes like more evil in that or not. I have no idea. I should go back and watch the whole thing. But it's just he's great. He's amazing.
He was the fox in Zootopia. That was kind of a villain.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I haven't seen Zootopia in a long time, so
maybe you'll be able to see him in Zootopia too.
I mean, let's hope so.
Maybe not. For me, whenever I think of Jason Bateman, and I know, look, he has an IMDb list that, I mean, he's really had a tremendous latter half of his career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always go back to like his early
Teen Wolf
like
2.
sitcom stuff. Which no, he was in a sitcom in the 80s. I'm almost certain. Wasn't he like with Sandy Duncan? Isn't that the?
I know his
if
sister
I'm saying
was.
that, and you don't know what I'm talking about.
His sister was in an 80s
Who's
sitcom. What?
Who's his sister?
Justine Bateman.
Who's his sister?
Justine Bateman. Justine Bateman, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
What? Look up Justine Bateman 80s sitcom.
All right, hold on.
Since you're already Googling.
I am.
I know you are. I can tell. Everybody can tell.
It's the glasses, right? Contacts.
No, it's because if you're not Googling, then you talk a lot, and if you are Googling, it's so then we
Justine Bateman, American filmmaker and writer.
Yes, so she was in a very popular 80s sitcom, which I guarantee you've seen.
Family Ties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See.
Okay.
Now here's Justin Bateman. Oh, sorry, Justin. Jason Bateman might have been in something too. I don't remember.
I'm doing it. I'm trying to put all the pieces together as quickly as I can. I apologize, everybody. I know this is not the thrilling.
Now I know he was great in Horrible Bosses and Horrible Bosses 2.
Never seen,
which is not an 80s one. You've not seen those?
No.
You should. I think you'd like them. Honestly, it has Jason Sudeikis, Jason Bateman, obviously, and Charlie. I want to say Charlie. It's Charlie Day, but that's not his. That's the actor. Actor.
Right.
Yeah. What is it? Charlie, or maybe it is Charlie Day. Okay.
Charlie Day's. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Charlie Day.
This show that I'm trying to think of is it's not showing up on IMDb. Like it doesn't exist, but I assure you it exists.
Are you sure?
I assure you.
What? Okay, are you saying it was in the 80s, 90s, 70s?
It was 80s. The Hogan Family. Why did that not show up on IMDb?
He might not have been in it.
No, he was.
Are you sure?
Yes. Hogan Family.
And you probably didn't see it right. The Hogan Family. Okay.
Oh, okay, because they renamed it Valerie at one point. That's why. And that's like, that didn't make any sense. Yeah, Jason Bateman. He played David Hogan for 110 episodes from 1986 to 1991.
Well, go him.
So that means he got those residual monies. That you know what I mean? He's got the whatever.
I mean, I hope he's doing. He's been in a lot of movies and probably some TV shows. Obviously, I hope he's doing okay with money. You know, but
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, Jason Bateman. And here's the thing: if you're like, oh, I can only watch Christmas movies during the holidays, which I understand. Carry On. It takes place during Christmas, so
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's about as Christmas a movie as Die Hard. So you know,
it's a good point.
Yeah.
Mike, I have well, never mind. We're gonna switch gears completely. Carry On. I'm looking forward to finishing it. I don't know when that'll be. Probably within the next 24 hours. But what it reminds me of is the movie Phone Booth. You remember the Phone Booth with Colin Farrell?
Yep.
And Katie Holmes, I believe, was in that as well. And Kiefer Sutherland, who did a lot of the heavy lifting, but was largely off camera. And it's, like it's a guy who's put in a really impossible situation. Where in Phone Booth, Colin Farrell's character, so she's not a real good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole premise of that is like there's one phone booth left in New York City, but because cell phones, everything. And but he, takes his wedding ring off to call this girl that he's interested in, but they haven't done anything, whatever. All these, and it's about the being cleansed kind of through fire,
Yeah.
Is phone booth. Whereas for Carry On, it's again, it's a guy who's taken completely out of control, and he's desperately trying to do all the right things, save his girlfriend, save innocent people from this situation, catch the bad guy. And he's got to play that really difficult game of, what's more important. And at the end of the day, he's like, my girlfriend,
Yeah.
So that's about where I'm at with that movie.
I'm interested to see what you think about the ending of it.
Oh, I hope it doesn't have a disappointing ending.
No. Unless you want it to have a disappointing ending. Then it does.
Unless you're looking to be disappointed, you're not going to be disappointed. Well, Mike, did you expect earlier this week at the outset that we would be receiving a trailer for Superman?
I thought we knew like a week ago, but maybe not.
Oh, no, we did. Yeah, we knew on the 16th.
Okay.
Oh, the 16th.
Yeah.
Which was Monday. So we found out Monday that we'd be getting so a few days to process the news, and then you saw the trailer.
I did.
Like so many others. What did you think of the trailer, Mike?
First of all, I remember that there was going to be a trailer like the night before. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I had forgotten about it, but I had just happened to look at Facebook at the right time, and then it said something about the trailer. I'm like, oh, let me go to YouTube, look at the trailer, and it was like right when it was premiering.
Wow,
that's just perfect timing. I think I was like 4 minutes later or something like that. Honestly, I think it's just really, really good. It gave me goosebumps, especially the music, seeing Crypto. And there's a lot going on in the trailer, and a bunch of people have done trailer breakdowns and stuff like that. I've seen stills, and I knew that was going to happen. I'm like, okay, I don't even have to. People are going to have everything already for me. So, I mean, you see Mr. Terrific. You obviously, like I said, you see Crypto. You see Metamorpho. Yes. Yes. You see Hawk Girl, I think.
Yes. Hold on. I can only upload so many images. I can only take so many at a time. And apparently I thought I have that one. I guess not. Son of a gun.
But here's the good thing. A good thing about this trailer, even though there's a lot going on, and it was a 2-minute trailer, to a little over 2 minutes, I think. One thing I know about James Gunn and his trailers is he doesn't give away the whole movie. There's Hawk Girl. So what we're all seeing right now, it would not surprise me if it was only in the first 30 minutes of the movie or something. I don't know. I just know. I remember for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the trailer, they said, I think it was that one, that Mr. Terrific right there, that this is only like not even the first act of the movie. Now, this is my guess, because so in the trailer, it starts off, I believe, you see or you hear Superman, and then you see him crash, and fall to the ground. My guess is this is not like the final act. This is, I want to say, my guess is first act, because James Gunn has said that this is not an origin story. Superman's already been established, but I think that this is him coming back from some fight in space somewhere. And this is how it's going to start almost. But then you see bloody, he's beaten, and then whistles for Crypto.
I don't have a good picture of that, so I apologize.
That's quite all right. People can look it up online. It's fine. And then just tells Crypto to take him home, which we're assuming is to Ma and Pa Kent,
Really? I kind of think it'd be more the Fortress of Solitude.
Maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. That could be it too. But yeah, I'm excited for this, and it sucks that I have to wait to July 11th or June 11th.
One of those two.
Yeah, but hey, that's all right. It's gonna be nice and warm and perfect to see Superman.
That's right.
What did you think of it?
So I really liked it. Again, I like it really has me wondering, let's see, Fred, I think similar to your opinion is that maybe there's a big space battle or something like that. Fred says, my guess is Superman's fucked up in a way for a bit, and maybe those others are in to fill the void or something till he recovers. But I think it really had me curious to know, like, who could put that kind of beating on Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there are really very few, and I don't think we'd be getting Doomsday again.
That's what I think.
You think it is Doomsday, or
I think so, but I don't think we see him. Maybe we hear about him or something, but I do think it's him falling from some planet or something like that. Who knows? Or and then it starts there. So maybe like in a future movie we get Doomsday.
I also think that how just the quickness of how some of these other heroes were introduced. And I read a few things, talk about some of the reveals and breaking down the trailer. And there's, because we saw Stag Enterprises, I think, at the end.
Yes.
And there's the, which is not, unknown to the comics. The Stag Enterprise is where we get, they were the ones who created Metamorpho. So there's a little tie in there. But, the one theory is that Simon Stagg is hiring all these other heroes for his own Justice League. So maybe that's where you get Hawkgirl. That's where you get Mr. Terrific. And I like this shot of, Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific's his power is that he can really do anything technologically based.
Yes.
So he created here some type of force field, probably a walking force field, knowing him, because it does look like he's in motion in this. So he's able to withstand all this gunfire from very military might. Actually, I take it back. If you're looking at this, does that look like military to you, or does it look like the military guys are like that? Doesn't seem like it's earthly military.
No.
Okay. I just kind of thought that just now as I'm watching this. So or looking at this. So that's interesting. We might have some sort of alien invasion or something like that, but that doesn't to me look like the American military going against Mr. Terrific.
No.
Okay. And then we got this guy.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yes.
How'd you forget about Guy Gardner?
I don't know. Well, here's okay. So I know in the comic books that he has that haircut.
Right.
Now,
early on, or in the early stages, yeah. Okay.
Now, is that, and I'm being serious when I ask this, was that meant as a joke, or was that just a like, hey, this is just the haircut he has? Like, was it cool at the time, or was it just what was it?
It was more of a style at the time.
More of a style at the time. Okay.
It was not. I'm trying to find. I mean, it even shows up in more now. All this to say, there's a cartoon. I did a quick Google search of Guy Gardner bowl cut.
Oh yeah.
And in recent comics, but it just looks better than this.
Like,
this is not the best look.
And here's the thing, I don't know, of course not. I don't think this guy's going to be in the movie for long at all.
I don't think so either.
No. In fact, I wouldn't I could see this as either a dream sequence or just a quick clip that like this is all you see of him.
And you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Because we know we're getting
a nice payday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's what it is, honestly.
Yeah, because they're longtime friends.
Yeah.
Did you have a moment that from the trailer that really stuck out to you?
Yeah, like I said, Superman whistling for Krypto.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was because we don't obviously we've never seen Crypto in person.
Yeah.
Also, Highlander Gunn is here. Highlander came in here a few minutes ago. Welcome, Highlander, and good to see you. I understand you're holiday busy, just like everyone else. But glad you're taking time to join us and more, keep Fred in check. I think we always get the big saves, right? The big saves. Yes. So this one really, you have all these. I don't want to say gas canisters. I mean, whatever types of substance they're filled with, they're all about to explode at this poor little girl, and Superman does what Superman does, and that's flies in and saves the day. And then you also get this really emotional bit here. Now this robot is not an unfamiliar robot. I believe I'm probably going to get the name wrong, like Select or something like that, or
something like that. Yeah, I was going to say Kal-X, but I could be wrong.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But he is essentially the caretaker of the Fortress of Solitude. Mm-hmm. So, and has been an ally of Superman for years in that role. So again, that's why you see this and the turmoil on Superman's face. This is not a brand new character. This is not a brand new relationship. Like, the Kal-X has been around for a long time and it has helped Kal-El through much. So, just little beats like this that, are interesting to see. Yeah, we're going to get the Fortress of Solitude. We saw that. Yeah. We are going to get the farm as well. We saw Pa Kent, which is pretty great. I don't have anything negative to say about this. And I'll be honest with you too, I really like what I saw from this guy.
I was going to ask about yes. I figured he was going to be good.
He's I guess that actor.
Yeah. What do you think about Clark Kent?
Was it? I think I said this to you. He's 3 feet taller than everybody else.
He is for sure. He's
got that alpaca haircut.
Yeah,
I noticed that. But all in all, seems a bit more consistent with the Christopher Reeve approach, which is a little bit more bumbling and unsteady.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we never had that problem with Henry Cavill. His Clark Kent was always, I can handle anything. I'm Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with this.
So am I.
Yeah.
I saw a set photo one time with his hair, Clark Kent, and I was like, I don't know about that, but it works. It works.
And then we have, this I think surprised a lot of people that it's called Luthor Corp and not LexCorp.
Yeah.
But I always go back to Smallville and it was Luthor Corp first. And then when it was, I think somebody said online, it wasn't LexCorp until the very last episode of the series. So,
yeah.
That's minor, I think.
Yeah.
But again, I always understand Lex's disgruntled nature about Superman because before Superman came along, Lex was the man of tomorrow. He was the shining example of all that was possible in Metropolis, and then Superman shows up and Lex is old news. But I'm excited. This actor's tremendous actor, and he would have been great. I think he was up for Superman as well. He would have Nicholas Hoult. He would have done well in that role also. But give him some villain to chew.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw this trailer today ahead of the movie. This poster is already up at the theater as well. But this is, come on, that's a good looking poster.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And when I see this, I very quickly forgive the non-traditional S on the chest.
Well, it is non-traditional, but it's also that S has been in the comics before.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
it's just odd that that's the one that they went with.
It is, yeah.
But all in all, like I'm excited for the movie.
So am I.
June 11th, I believe, is
somewhere on there.
Said. And in February, like 2 months from now, we're going to get Captain America, Brave New World. So that's going to be fun. Fred says it's opposite of the prior DCU. It is colorful and inspires hope.
As Superman should.
Exactly. Minnie's here, said Feliz Navidad and then Merry Christmas. And this, what shall we call the Nerds United chat? I was like, well, we have 3 people, so I think you need at least 10 before we can earn a nickname. So Fred's going to work on it, though, so that's encouraging. Mike,
perfect.
What do you think? We shall we get to our main event, as it were?
Let's do it.
Before we do, I just want to see. All right, we do have a couple Fred questions about the Superman trailer. So I would like to touch on. I did start these. Said new Superman trailer was kind of good, but why do we have Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, etc.? Again, I think this being established as not an origin story, and that there are other heroes established in the world. I think it does make sense to have some crossover. I'm not upset with that, and I don't think they're taking necessarily like the Avengers approach, which is we're going to have all these individual movies and we're going to bring them all together. And like Mike, like you said, I don't think we're going to have any of these side characters in there for prolonged periods of time.
I don't either, but I also know if somebody can do a team up movie with multiple characters, it's James Gunn.
Yeah. And especially characters that you're not overly familiar with.
Yes.
He brought Guardians of the Galaxy up from nothing.
Yeah.
And Fred does say it's like Gunn isn't confident Superman can carry a whole film on his own. I don't want another Gang of Rogues movie. I don't think you have to worry about that. I said if all of those characters have a combined maybe 15 minutes of on-screen time, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
Maybe we might see a little bit more Metamorpho if they're going that Stag Enterprises route.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. Let's see. Highlander Gunn said there's 5 now because I said 3. Hey, it's a good time to tell you, all 5 of you, that if you're here and you like what we're doing here on YouTube or on Facebook, make sure you like the video. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the Nerds United YouTube channel, easy for me to say, and ring that bell for notifications so you're always made aware next time Mike and I are bringing you some fun, nerdy content live and in living color. So let's get to it, Mike. It is our very special Christmas special. And last week we had the winter activities. We're kind of planning our very best winter day. And I said, this time around, we always do 5, pick 5 things and the rest of them fall off the face of the earth. But in the spirit of the holidays, we're not going to exile any Christmas movies, but we are going to give each other a slew of movies and pick 5 that are your must-watch Christmas movies each and every Christmas season.
Yes, indeed.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So these are, of course, the movies that I selected for you. Let's see what we have here. We have It's a Wonderful Life, The Old Christmas Carol, Elf, The Muppet Christmas Carol, The Old Miracle on 34th Street, Christmas Story, Home Alone, Ernest Saves Christmas, Christmas Vacation, Polar Express, Nightmare Before Christmas, Santa Claus the Movie, White Christmas, and the Santa Claus.
Okay, now let me say something. So, and you'll see it on when I get to mine. But I thought at first of doing what you did, which is like the posters. And I was like, well, we normally do the logos, so I'll do logos instead. But I like the poster thing better, and I should have done that.
That's okay.
Okay. So here's the thing. Home Alone has got to be that's top. That's just a classic Christmas movie. Which, by the way, my friend's kids saw that the other day and were just like, it's fine. I know.
Don't they have any like sense of justice?
You know what? Here's the thing. They felt bad about. They're like, well, he's just hurting him a lot. That doesn't sound fun. And I didn't even think about it. Hold on, I didn't even think about it. And I because I wasn't really paying attention because I've seen it already. You know, I'm like, whatever. I was doing other stuff. And then I went home and I was like, and I knew about where they were. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch it now. I almost wanted to to text her and be like, hey, these guys were bad guys. They're trying to break into his house. Right. Like it's not like he just took people off the street. Like there's a reason for it. But
he says, and I quote, "This is my house. I have to defend it."
Yes.
We watched. So this week we have watched Home Alone, Home Alone Lost in New York, and Home Sweet Home Alone, and everything that happens to whether it's Harry and Marv or the unfortunate couple with the big understanding from Home Sweet Home Alone, all three of my boys just laugh. Like they just giggle to no end.
Yeah.
So
that was the same for when my two nephews watched it one time when Dean and Eddie watched it. There's pictures of and you just see them like, you know, when I say like cracking up laughing, like mouth covered and stuff like that. There's like 2 or 3 pictures of that, and they're younger. But it was when they were watching Home Alone for the first time. But anyway, okay, so Home Alone is one I obviously have seen. It's always on my Christmas list, to Christmas movie watching. The other one is the Santa Claus, which I have not seen yet. That is still on my list, but it's going to go on this list now too. Same for Elf.
Yeah,
that one I also have not seen yet. Now Christmas Carol, old school one I've seen, and it's good. Okay, I got it. Even though this person never watches this, I have to put on It's a Wonderful Life. And I do like it. I think I said that last year too. I haven't seen it yet. You know, okay, when I was at the little Christmas thing today, somebody was talking about how they were watching It's a Wonderful Life on streaming, and they said it was the abridged version. And they said that it cuts out the entire thing of like why he does it, like why, like he goes through like, hey, if this is not, if you jumped off the bridge, this is what would happen. She's like, it cuts out all that. I'm like, and me this girl like, that's the entire movie. That's the whole crux of the movie. That's
so like all of his life.
All like, you know, he's, and again, I don't know. This is what she said. Like all the stuff that if he were to jump off the bridge, you know, like where he doesn't save his brother and he doesn't stop the store clerk from poisoning people and stuff like that. She said that gets cut out. I'm like, this dumb movie then.
So I greggled. It's a Wonderful Life abridged version, and it says that on Tubi, which is like a free streaming thing. Says, I just watched something called It's a Wonderful Life abridged edition on Tubi. It's about 25 minutes shorter than the original because they cut the whole Pottersville sequence.
Yeah.
It just goes from Clarence explaining that he's an angel, second class, to George running through the streets yelling, Merry Christmas to everybody. Said worst editing job since that theater that trimmed the running time of The Sound of Music by cutting out all the songs.
No, that's good. That's good. I appreciate that.
So so they took. Oh my gosh! No, I've never seen it. I never knew that.
I didn't either.
From the earliest memories I have of this, I think the first time I remember watching this movie was like 4th or 5th grade. It was watched in school. I had it in my mind that like the I wish I'd never been born and all that was the entire movie. Like
same. Yes,
there was no like life of George Bailey before.
No.
And to cut all that out was wild, just truly wild. I'd never heard such a thing.
Okay. All right, last one here, and this is tough because you got some good ones on here. You know, not Christmas Vacation or Christmas Story; those are thrown out immediately.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about this. Christmas Vacation is overrated. So is Christmas Story. Sorry to people that think it's great. Here's the thing: I said this last year. I'll say it again. Nobody actually ever sits down and watches Christmas Vacation. It's on in the background, and you're having dinner or whatever, and then you look, that's funny. But if you actually sit down and watch it, it's like Clark Griswold doesn't know how to manage money. Basically, is what it is. No. But you got some good ones. You got Miracle on 34th Street, which I'm actually watching right now. Muppet Christmas Carol, classic. Here's the thing. I think, and also the Santa Claus movie, not a great movie, but it's nostalgic for me.
That's why I put it on there for you.
Yeah, thank you. But here's the thing. I'm going to go with Ernest Saves Christmas because it's better than Christmas Vacation for sure, and Christmas Story easily. It's better than I think you remember.
I've never seen it.
Well, then it is better than you remember because you don't remember it. You should watch it. It's on some like 1, 2, 3. Yep, I got 5. Okay.
All right. So you got again Home Alone.
The Santa Claus.
Elf.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah. It's a Wonderful Life and Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Now again, I wish I would have done box. I thought about it too. I was like, but no, we don't really do logos.
By the way, as far as the selections that I gave you, the options, Fred says It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Story, Christmas Vacation, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Elf.
You know what? 3 out of 5 ain't bad, Fred.
Highlander Gunn is here. Says Ernest rocks.
Yes, he does.
And Pit Snipe Husker is also here. Say, hey nerds, what up?
What up? What up?
What up is it's about that time of the year. So
yeah.
All right. Well, that's I think on my we'll get to it. All right. Let's look at your offerings to me.
Yes. Yeah. I just did the logos.
All
right. So I also have It's a Wonderful Life, Mickey's Christmas Carol, A Christmas Story, Klaus, Home Alone, Nutcracker, The Grinch. Now this is the newest one. A Charlie Brown Christmas, Polar Express, The Santa Claus, Holiday Inn, White Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Miracle on 34th, obviously the old one, and Spirited.
I wanted to be very particular. I didn't give any parameters or guidelines on this, but for the ones that I offered you, I wanted to make sure they were like theatric releases.
Okay.
So I didn't put Rudolph on there or Frosty or even the original Grinch or anything like that. Now, Klaus being it's a full length feature, I'm not too worried about that one. For me, on this list, I would also start with Home Alone.
Good, as well you should.
Yep. I'm going to watch A Christmas Story.
Okay.
So we'll
sorry to hear about that.
I would do It's a Wonderful Life.
Good.
And while it is the newest, I believe, of all the offerings on this list, I'm such a fan of Spirited.
I knew that.
And I've already watched it twice. I think I told you on the prior episode that is the first Christmas movie that I watched this year. And if you don't know about Spirited, ladies and gentlemen, it's over on Apple TV or Apple Plus or Apple TV Plus or whatever it is. Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And all right, so now it's really nut cutting time. Give me White Christmas.
I figured you were going to do that. Yeah.
There is, for me, I don't mind the songs, that.
Yeah.
But the end, like the show, when the general comes out and he's completely surprised, like it's all a big work to, or everybody working together to, like, why would you send my suits to the dry cleaners? Like, oh, you got to wear a uniform. I'm not wearing that thing. And then he ends up, it's like, you wear your, I think the helper's like, I don't care if you show up in your bathrobe, but those are your options, And then he comes out and it's the whole division, or, as many as could show up in there, just this big emotional moment in that movie. And it never fails to get me. It never fails to get me.
One thing I learned recently is that there is a movie called Holiday Inn.
True.
And 2, that Holiday Inn is created White Christmas. But you would think White Christmas would create White Christmas, but no. I learned that, and I've seen all of White Christmas because for whatever reason I watched it last year, and I've seen like the first like 30 minutes of Holiday Inn because somebody wanted to watch it. So,
and another fun little bit of trivia is that Fred Astaire, who stars with Bing Crosby in Holiday Inn, was approached to join him again in White Christmas. He's like, no, I'm not working with him again.
oh really? Oh okay, wow.
I don't know all the specifics, but that's when they had to get Danny fucking K tap dancing across the. So yeah, I mean, the fact that the Santa Claus didn't make the list just goes to show, even Miracle on 34th Street. It's tough competition when you're talking Christmas.
It is true.
Now, if you ask me which movie on this list I've seen the most this year, it'd have to be The Grinch. Like, we watched The Grinch again today.
I figured as much. And I purposely added the newest Grinch.
Yeah. The boys, we've seen the first Grinch, the original. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and this one. We haven't even watched the Jim Carrey one yet.
Same. Here's the thing. I don't know, unless you have it like on DVD or something like that. I don't know if it's on a streaming service. It might be.
We do have it.
As well, you DVD, should.
But we still,
Yeah.
Which would you be your five from your list? Obviously, Home Alone and It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, Home Alone, It's a Wonderful Life. I'm gonna go and the Santa Claus. I'm gonna go Rudolph. That's the one I have to watch every year, and I haven't seen it yet. Rudolph and Frosty are the ones they're just always on the list. But Rudolph, and then one more. I've never seen Polar Express.
Really?
Yeah.
It's on Max.
Yeah. I don't.
There's actually some love in the comments for Polar Express.
Okay, people like it.
Fred, Polar Express is good. Saw it in IMAX 3D when it came out. We watched The Grinch, and then we went right from Grinch to Polar Express today. Pitt says
yes. Uncanny Valley, yes.
Yeah.
Tim Fox, okay. And you know what? Okay, man, I've only seen it. No, I can't do it because I've only seen it once. I almost went Spirited.
Oh.
It's good though. I've only seen it once though. I'm gonna have to go probably Miracle on 34th Street.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fred says on this list, Wonderful Life, Christmas Story, Charlie Brown Christmas, Rudolph, and Miracle. So 4
out of 5, pretty good.
And we, Aaron Keene shows up now. All these Holger maniacs are coming over here for the good time that they can have. Highlander Gunn says the Nutcracker who knew my ex had a movie made about her. And here's the thing. Just for the music alone, I could do the Nutcracker.
Here's the thing. I picked a couple musicals for you. If you noticed,
I'm an artsy fartsy type. What can I say?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump over here. And if I had to, select 5 from the list that I gave you, I would go Wonderful Life, Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, White Christmas, and Home Alone. So not really too terribly different. Yeah, but again, there are 3 Santa Claus movies and 2 seasons of the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
We've only watched the original Santa Claus movie.
Look,
we've seen Polar Express a couple times.
You only need to see 1, maybe 2 of the Santa Clauses.
Hold on, I want to make a change.
Okay. I'll allow it.
I'm going to keep White Christmas, Christmas Story, Christmas Vacation. I want to put Muppet Christmas Carol in there. That's a big time favorite of mine.
Yeah.
And I think I'd probably go It's a Wonderful Life. Sorry, Home Alone.
That's fair. Muppet Christmas Carol. One thing I love about that is, I know what's his name who plays Scrooge, Michael Caine.
Yes.
Right? I've heard many times that he plays it as an actual villain, like not a I'm an actor in a Muppet movie, but like this is like the most serious dramatic role I have, and there just happens to be Muppets around.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He said, I'm going to play this like it's the Queen's Theater,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm going to play this as straight as can be. But it's also one of his favorite, you know, that I consider, you know, secondhand that I've read. It's one of the favorite roles that he's ever had. So, yeah, I agree, Pitt. Muppet Christmas Carol does not get enough love.
True.
And here we are on the 21st of December, which means there's only 4 more sleeps till Christmas.
I got some presents to wrap. Maybe
me too.
Buy.
I got birthday and Christmas presents to wrap. So it'll be fun. But like Christmas Eve, 10 o'clock at night is usually when I'm doing all my wrapping. When the kids all go to bed. If I can find some evenings, you know, between now and then, well, like I was telling you before, I have a lot of stuff shipped to my folks' house.
You're right.
So like I got to go get that stuff.
Yeah.
And then bring it here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I could be like, hey, Mom, 10 spot to wrap some presents?
See, I wouldn't be able to do that because I just found out today that, yesterday, I think. I can't remember. It was not that long ago. It was yesterday or the day before. My mom texted me and is like, I'm kind of bored. I think I'm going to go to your sister's for Christmas. So she's leaving tomorrow.
That's awesome.
So I was like, all right, which I get, you know, there's nothing going on here.
And then I got spoiler, you know, or whatever. Garrett told me earlier this week, you know, that at his school, they do Santa's Cottage, you know, so
yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
We give a budget, you know, to him. And now Robert is at the school too. So we give them a budget and the people they want to buy presents for.
Yeah.
And then they, you know, use that, you know, whatever. And he said to me, he's like, yeah, Dad, I didn't get you anything at Santa's Cottage. But he got himself a little fidget spinner for $3. I'm like, and I don't care, you know.
Right. Yeah.
I just laughed. I was like, that's fine, buddy. Like, whatever. He's like, I love you. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah,
that's the only. I can't really gift wrap that. Like I can't throw you under the tree. But you know, he was a pretty good, you know, Christmas present 9 years ago. So we'll keep him around, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Might as well. You know.
All right. I think that is it for this episode of Nerds United, a very special episode, and we'll figure out what to do next week.
I got an idea.
The holidays.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent. Can't wait for you to spring it on me at not the last minute, but me to forget and message you the day up. Be like, what are we going to do again?
Well, it's either next week or the week after. We'll see.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate all the Holger Maniacs coming over and being our nerdy friends. Minnie had asked, you know, what the name was. We had a name way back in the day.
We did.
For people who would listen to the show.
Yeah. Do you remember it?
The Nerdy Nimrods.
True. And it beat out the Nerdy Nincompoops.
That's right.
By a large margin, too.
It was. Discuss amongst yourselves if you want to be called the Nerdy Nimrods. We're not going to necessarily feel obligated to resurrect that title. But until next time, we appreciate all of you coming out, spending some time with us tonight. And Fred says, that needs a lot of work. I'll rebrand it.
Work on it, Fred. Thank you.
You do your homework over the holidays. But we wish all of you just a very safe and Merry Christmas. And we can't wait to get together with you again next week and celebrate or the week after that or whatever it is. Just get together and have some good time, have some laughs, and talk about some good nerdy stuff. So for the co-host of the year, my good friend Mike Luther, I'm Greg Mahochko. Cheers. Holiday cheers to all of you. Be kind.
And rewind.
This is a production of the Jittery Monkey Podcast Network. For more jittery shenanigans, go to jitterymonkey.com.